the many people who are helping out for our celebration today. Our musical inspiration is provided by our Director of Musical Inspiration, Susan Clark. Yay, Susan. Our tech team is Jennifer and Cheryl Ray. And our greeters are Erica and Doug. Also want to thank our food angels and our bookstore staff. Thank you all so much. We have licensed practitioners serving us today. Practitioner Marilyn O'Leary is holding high watch, and practitioner Chris Duvall will lead our vision and mission statements and share the reading for the day. And Reverend Gil Olmsted will be giving our message and hosting our celebration. I have a few announcements, actually quite a few announcements, so hang in there. But our healer is Brian Kurtz, offering Healed by Spirit. One of the biggest announcements I want to tell you about is Reunification Sunday, which is next Sunday, November 14th. Unification. I think I said reunification. Well, it feels like we've been together with Unity of Albuquerque and Rio Rancho for a while, but actually next Sunday we'll be celebrating how we are coming together, and we're formalizing the partnership. We'll have a memo of understanding signed and lots of fun surprises next Sunday. Also want to note that we're changing the time for our service from next Sunday forward. So we'll have meditation at 10 o'clock, and then a joint service which will begin promptly at 10:30 and last for an hour or an hour and a half. Afterwards, we'll have our social hall. So please remember that. You are welcome to join us at 10 for meditation or not. And then be sure, though, to mark your calendars and your time for 10:30 for our service. Valerie Hand volunteered to chair our Giving Tree project, which is a holiday tradition here at the center. Thank you, Valerie. The tree will be set up Saturday, November 23rd, with plenty of ornaments available for community members to pick up on Sunday, the 24th, and during Thanksgiving dinner. Also want to have a big shout out to Mike Hacker and Cheryl Ray for organizing our annual Thanksgiving potluck. There'll be a sign-up sheet in the social hall so you can sign up for what you want to bring. It'll open at 11 and plan to share blessings around noon. We have a fundraiser called Glitter and Gumbo, and that will be held from 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock here at the center on Friday, November 22. This fun fundraiser will have 2 different kinds of gumbo, traditional and vegetarian, plus other delicious food, music, dancing, raffles, and prizes. The tiered pricing packages start at $30. And check out the website for more information. There'll be a wonderful musicians called Felix y Los Gatos Trio, very appropriate for this themed event. And some not so good news in terms of the Science of Mind magazine. It's running behind, so we don't expect to get it for about 2 weeks or a little bit longer, but Gilbert, our wonderful bookstore manager, will tell us exactly when it's coming in. CSL Home Office is having trouble with the logistics. They're doing everything they can to speed up the process, but in the meantime, you can read the Science of Mind daily guides by going to the website of scienceofmind.com. And there's other bookstore news that you can read about on the website. It's also available in the newsletter, whether you pick up the printed version or read it online. And we have a survey that Michael created, or wherever Michael is, but he's got these. There's a survey that he would like you to fill out that talks about what kind of fundraisers you want to see around here. So be sure to see Michael after service today. And now it's time for our celebration, Chris Duval, to give our evocation.
We listen to the sound of the chime, its waves, its call, going out, rippling out, touching each one of us, calling us to our breath, to the home of our breath. Let's just breathe together for a moment. And there is a spark of life within us. It is a sacred light from the radiant source of life. We are always at home there, in the beautiful connection of the immanent and transcendent essence. And so we unify this morning as we open our service, we unify our hearts and our minds with the one true life, which does not change in the midst of changing circumstances. It is the deep connection that we have with one another and all of life. And so I recognize that this morning with great gratitude. I know that it blesses our service as it unfolds in perfection. And let's just say together, and so it is.
Chris? All right. I picked out an oldie but a goodie in the Science of Mind New Thought music world. I think it's hardwired now for us to just know this song. This is called God Is My Source. If you could all stand. So you know how this goes. There it is right there. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. I'm just going to get right into it. You ready? Here's your starting note. God, God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Let's do that again. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Oh, let's see how it's gonna advance. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Whew. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's great to see everybody. My name's Gil. I am the spiritual director here. My pronouns are he and him. And we're happy to have everybody in the house today and everybody online with us. So we'd like to start with just an anchoring of who we are and what we're about. And so we do that by touching on a few things that we hold to be true. And the first one of those things is we know that there is only one source, one God. So whether you call it peace or joy or whatever it is still the one God, the one universal power. Secondly, we know that our minds are creative. Boy, are they ever. Can you make up a good story? I can. So we take a moment and back up and go, okay, what's really true here? And go back to source and make sure we keep our minds on track, if you will. And thirdly, we know that there is only one thing happening, and that thing is love. No matter what it looks like, what it feels like, what it seems like, it is love. And finally, we're all whole, perfect, and complete. Wow, that's a good one to take in. We're all whole, perfect, and complete right where we are, just as we are. So we go back to that and remind ourselves that we don't have anything to find, to create, to become. We have the opportunity to live into who we are. So with that, I welcome you all again, and we would like to take this moment to welcome anyone who's new with us this morning here at Rio Grande. And if you want to identify yourself, please do. If not, that's okay. Online, let us know through the text, etc., that you're new. We're going to bless one another and anyone who's with us. We're going to rub our hands together and send this out to one of this energy and say, we see you. We see you. We know who you really are. You are that divine emanation of spirit. You are love incarnate. We recognize you. We love you. And we welcome you. Thanks for being here.
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the power of everything that has happened in this space over the last week. It started with a wonderful Day of the Dead ceremony here last week. We thank Carmela and Maria and Reverend Kamatara for their diligent work in planning that. We had a wonderful peace meditation here all day, most of the day. On Tuesday, Election Day, we had about 20 people come throughout the day. Yesterday, we had 22 practitioners from ACSL, Rio Grande Everyday Center in Santa Fe in the social hall. We had a powerful time of prayer and being together. And then last night, there was a beautiful memorial service here for a wonderful, beloved mother, someone who was a leader in the women's movement, a wonderful hippie, I guess. She was free and she was, anyway, all these beautiful flowers. I smell them. They're just lovely, but they're all over the center. And they left us here as them here as a thank you for sharing our space for that service. So I want to start my first reading. Am I doing that right, or do I need to do something else first? Mission and vision? Mission and vision. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, here we go. Vision. Transforming our world with the power of love in action. And mission, loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. Okay, so my first reading is actually from a blogger, Elizabeth Azid, who wrote this in 2016, and she says, "Our attention, the most precious commodity." We are in an age where attention is the single most sought after commodity. If something has our attention, it unequivocally has us. What we watch, what we read, who we're around, how we react emotionally, verbally, whatever consumes or captures our attention consumes and captures and shapes us. It is essential that we understand that. Let us view our attention as a finite resource that begs for our diligent allocation and reservation as something allotted to us that we actively distribute or don't distribute. I'm talking about the silent killers that we persist in focusing on, and the life-giving activities that we sometimes don't. We can become masters over our attention or be mastered by the forces that fight for it. And then the second reading is from the Prayers of the Cosmos. This is by Neil Douglas Klotz, and he is in this section, he's translating the Beatitudes from the Aramaic language. So the one for blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, has a whole page of translation, and it reads, "Happy and aligned with the One are those who find their home in the breathing. To them belong the inner kingdom and queendom of heaven. Blessed are those who are refined in breath. They shall find their ruling principles and ideals guided by God's light. Tuned to the source are those who live by breathing unity. Their I can is included in God's. Healthy are those who devotedly hold fast to the spirit of life. Holding them is the cosmic ruler of all that shines and rises. Resisting corruption, possessing integrity, are those whose breath forms a luminous sphere. They hear the universal word and feel the earth's power to accomplish it through their own hands. Healed are those who devote themselves to the link of spirit, the design of the universe, is rendered through their form.
Thank you, Chris. You got more glasses than I know what to do with. Okay. And more music than I know what to do with today. All right. There's been a storm brewing inside of me. Clouds moving round my heart. Something's changing that I can't see. I'm stuck in what I know is safe and not yet where I'm supposed to be. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something, and it's asking me, what am I here for? What am I here for? What am I here for? They say that pain pushes till the vision pulls. Feels like my safety nets have fallen down. I wish I had a map of where to go, but I've got the feeling in my soul when I get there I will know. And I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something, and it's asking me, what am I here for? 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 I want to make a move right now, though I don't know where or how. But when I trust and know that truth is in my heart, love will point the way. There is no more for me to do today, I declare, but take that first step and let my light shine. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I never felt before. I feel the call of something more, more. Everyone looks so serious when I look out in the room. Are you all still waking up, or what's the deal? Can you smile, 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 smile and feel the sun come into your soul? Oh, that's so much better. You'll feel the call of something more. Can you hear it? It's the call of something you've never heard before. It's the call of something asking you what more you can do. But you might still be asking, what am I here for? What am I here for? You're here for love. That's all you're here for, really. It's so simple. You're here for love. What am I here for? What am I here for? I just told you. You're here for love. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Oh my gosh. Sometimes takes a little humor, doesn't it? Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh. Well, I'm going to flip my notes here. So, today, something's calling us. It's a great topic. It was actually the topic we had that came through visioning for the practitioner retreat, which was to be this weekend. And instead there was snow. And so we decided not to send everybody up to Pecos. So we're rescheduling for next spring. But we had a mini retreat yesterday, right here. And Chris alluded to that earlier. About 22 practitioners were here in house. And boy, are they windy when they pray. There was a great time of prayer as we started, actually. It sort of spontaneously started and continued. Literally the first hour we were together was just prayer. And something's calling us. And the reason it's important right now is because people are saying, what? What? People are saying, what? What now? Who am I supposed to be? What is it that my faith tells me about who I am and who I need to be in this world? And there was some angst shared around that, etc. And I don't know if anyone else had an interesting week, but we had the mysterious flu hit on Tuesday night, which I think was whatever it was. We had a lot going on. It was just a lot of angst and disbelief and hope and questioning and realigning and all those things happening. And remembering, who we really are and why we're here. So what do we do when the world looks difficult? What do we do when things don't look the way we think they should? Go to prayer. Sit in silence. Sit in silence. Meditate.
Look again.
And then remember, cry, dance. Yes.
Connect and radiate.
Connect and radiate, I'm sorry. Play. All right.
Look again.
Look again. See all that? All of that? We go deeper. We go to something else. We dig in a little bit, right? We go to something that really rejuvenates us. We go to dance. We go to singing. We go to prayer. We hold ourselves in the silence and listen. We look more intentionally at what's going on. We listen more openly. You find yourself listening differently right now? We have to. We have to. Because we have to listen to understand, where do we fit in to this? And for those who have been going through the Abundance Project book study, one of the big things that we hit on in that book is the idea of expansion versus contraction. And my sense is, when things look difficult, we have to expand. We have to go deeper. We have to dig more. We have to reach out wider. We have to listen more. We can't contract, because when we contract, then we become victims of whatever is happening. We allow the circumstance to become the truth of our life. And we know that circumstances are not the truth of our life. Is that true? No, the circumstances are what we're observing out there, but that's not the truth of spirit necessarily. So, the time to expand, the time to get honest, the time to look inside is now. We have, all of us, an opportunity to look inside and ask, what the heck? What is this? What is there that I have been contributing to? What is there in me that's not pushing out into the world, not aligning with what Spirit is requiring? And I say that not as a criticism, but as, I think, for myself, as a thing that I don't do enough of. I don't look critically at myself in the sense of really evaluating, have I done what I need to do here? Have I reached out to these folks over here? Have I stood up when something needed to happen over here? What I've found is that, particularly as a white male, it's easy to let my privilege brush it off. Because very seldom does anything touch me. Very seldom in this world does anything really push that hard on me. I'm economically secure, and I have the ability to move in the world without being questioned. But it's undeniable now that that isn't true for everyone. Whether I thought it was or not, I think everyone who has had that as their experience already knows this. This is not news. But for some of us, in order for us to really wake up to it, like myself, it requires that push for me to realize, oh, there's something here that needs to be looked at. And maybe that's what expansion is all about, is pushing the limits. Because it's so easy to put a limit on how far we need to go for anything. We just put the limit there, that's enough. I've done enough, I've looked enough, I don't want to know more, because if I know more, I'll have to do more. We don't want to stand in that space because it's painful. But I have to, because it is my family. Humanity is my family. They're all my family. And I have to figure out how to show up in love. I want to share a little quote with you. Hang on one second. Find the right one. This is Brene Brown. She says, "My mom taught us to never look away from people's pain. The lesson was simple. Don't look away. Don't look down. Don't pretend not to see hurt. Look people in the eye, even when their pain is overwhelming. And when you are in pain, find the people who can look you in the eye. We need to know we are not alone, especially when we're hurting. This lesson is one of the greatest gifts of my life." What strikes me there is the idea that we continue to look where we see issues, where we see pain, where we see injustice, where we see potential isms. We get to look. And if we look away, we contract. We contract into ourselves, we pull back. If we continue to acknowledge and see, we can expand. And that expansion allows love to expand and to do something more, do something larger. And that's what love is calling us to do right now, is to do something bigger. When we protect what is, we protect the status quo by pretending that it's okay, we fail ourselves and one another. And that pretending it's okay allows us to be contracted, not have to push out, not have to expand, not get the experience of what that feels like either. I have something else I want to read, and this, please bear with me, I think it is more than powerful. And this is from a black podcaster. It's a master class in white privilege. He can't say enough racist things to be a racist. He can't commit enough crimes to be a criminal. He can't fail enough times to be a failure. He can't say enough stupid things to be stupid. The idea of him overshadows any reality. The Christian Savior who doesn't know the Bible, the adulterer who steals from charities. It's the promise of the protection of whiteness he represents. And when I read that, what I thought of was those movies that I've seen where I've thought, oh my God, how did this happen? And I watched people pretend that the sheriff was okay after he took people out into the field and beat the crap out of them. It didn't matter, couldn't do anything to make it wrong because that was the white person. And yes, for some odd reason in our society, well, maybe it's not so odd, probably because the Europeans came over and took over, but there is definitely that thing. And what I see is we have an opportunity to love into existence a reality that's different, a reality that does not include exclusion. It does not include protecting the smallness. It does not include pretending we don't see what is. It includes seeing. It includes standing with whoever it is that may not be like me, whether they're someone of color or they're someone of a different gender or transgender or someone who is gay, or it doesn't matter. Someone who is outside of my personal circle. And that applies to all those other folks as well. There's people outside of our circles that we can stand with, that we can hold in that love and stand where we don't allow love to be pushed out. We invite it in. We invite it in. Isn't that what we're called to do? Isn't that what we're called to be? To expand ourselves into that space, to allow ourselves to allow ourselves to access that strength that we already have. Allow ourselves to know that we can't lose any of who we are by expanding out, by reaching across. And that includes everyone, even those who appear to be, quote, our enemies. Somebody said something really fascinating yesterday. And that was, how asleep would we all be today if the election had gone the other way? And I thought, damn. If only that wasn't true. If only that wasn't true. You know, it's the it's the proverbial hit in the head with a 2x4. You know, Spirit is constantly giving us information and offering us things, and sometimes we don't see it, and sometimes we contract back into that space that's comfortable. And comfort is not what we're after. We're after spaciousness. We're after something new. And so as I stand here today, I know that that is what we are about. And interestingly enough, we stand here on the precipice in this particular configuration of expansion. Because next week, it won't be just us. Next week, it will be all of us, Unity and RGCSL together. We have the opportunity to expand in something new, to love in a new way, to have a greater sense of reaching out. Will it change things? Yes. Will it be uncomfortable? Oh, I fear it might on occasion. Why? Just because it'll be different. Different throws us off. But it's good because we can keep expanding. And here's the thing. And I will say that this was, I will give credit where credit's due, and that's Robin for virtually all of this. But in particular, for this one, Thich Nhat Hanh says, the next Buddha will not take the form of a person. Interesting. The next Buddha will rather take the shape of a community. A community that practices understanding and loving kindness. A way of conscious living. A community that practices a way of conscious living. This may be the most important thing for Earth's survival. Community is what will bring us all that we need, because we stand together, we love together, we challenge one another to love more than maybe we feel comfortable doing, and we hold one another when we know it's hard. And that gives us the opportunity to continue to see new ways to step out in love beyond our edges, beyond the places that seem like they're the place we want to go. To challenge ourselves to step into something grand. Step into a place of standing with, as an ally, with someone else, even though it doesn't affect us or me, technically. But it always does, ultimately. Ultimately. So I would like us to go today with this idea of community. This idea that what's calling us is community. What's calling us is to create community wherever we are. What's calling us is to invite everyone into the community and for us to go out and be the community. And with that, I think the possibilities of creating that world that we know is possible. Is possible. But we have to stand in it. Whew. So I would like to pray. I'd like to invite practitioners and ministers to circle the room just to hold that space to symbolize, to symbolize and remind us that Spirit is always holding us, always surrounding us. There is nowhere we can go to escape Spirit. Oh, how grateful I am for that. How grateful I am for that. So right now, I just give great and abundant gratitude for knowing the truth that, yes, there's something calling me. And it is love. Yes, there's something calling us, and it is community. And yes, there's something calling us, and that is to love our neighbor regardless. Even more so than we've ever thought of before. To find the ways to reach in and touch lives even when we disagree with positions and thoughts. But find the way to stand in love in a way that declares truth, that declares hope, that declares possibility. So I'm knowing that right here and right now, we stand in that possibility. We are that possibility. We are the possibility in form right now. So all that needs to come forth in this world, we already have. It's already within us. It already exists. We simply call it forth. We call it forth from ourselves. We expand into it. We don't allow ourselves to contract and hold it and push it down and keep it comfortable. Let it go. Open it up. Be a little uncomfortable. Have a little fun. Stretch out. So I'm giving thanks for this knowing that absolute place of perfection that exists in my life, that exists in your life, it is Spirit. And it exists where all the functions and activities of our bodies, of our body of affairs, of all aspects of our lives are divinely held and perfectly in order. And so I declare that to be the truth of our country. I declare that to be the truth of our neighbors, that there is perfect and divine order right here and right now. And we know that there is that space that's never been hurt, harmed, or injured in any way in each one of us. And we recognize that in one another. We see it. We call it forth. We bless it. We bless it. So grateful I am to speak this word, to know this truth, to stand in this place of love, and to allow it to be. I release this word knowing that it is done. It was done before it ever came forth in words from me. It's done because Spirit is already present and already complete. So I release this word and say, and so it is. Amen. I believe I have a guest coming forward. Here she comes. Cheryl Ray, our board person from the back, who's also a board person from our board now. These people that want to be multiple boards, I don't know, has something to share.
As long as I don't make you all bored.
Never. Couldn't be.
Okay, sorry, that just jumped out. Some of you are asking, why do we do this pledge campaign every year? Don't I always keep giving? Well, you do. But we have a responsibility to the home office to project what we're going to do so that that Gil can fill you in on all the blanks. But we have that responsibility to the home office. And so if you haven't already, it helps us to do that. I read this morning we talked about being able to read the daily guides. I read mine this morning and kind of melted into a puddle. It was about abundance in family relationships. This is a family. You all are my family. You are each other's family. Family sticks together in our finances, in our time, in our talents. It takes everybody. And so please keep that in mind. Now, what I would like to do is have somebody else share why they have participated in this pledge campaign. John? I did. And he magically knew I was going to do that.
I know. How did I know? Mark called me and asked me if I would say a couple words about that. So, anyway, howdy, partner. This is about the partnership thing. So, yeah. And when Mark asked me, I started making a bunch of notes, and then when I got here and I started listening to all this and the music and everything, I was like, they've already covered all this stuff. So I think for me, it's just really important that we have places like the center here as a place. I consider it a place to gather together and to worship. And that is just so important for me in my life. And, we do that in so many different ways. We have teachings. We have beautiful music. I mean, Susan said it so well in that song. I mean, I feel the call, and we have books to inspire us. We have artwork. We have food. There's nothing that we're missing. We've got it all going on right here, and we're stepping into this new phase. It's like a new era that we're stepping into, and it's really important that we all gather together. We share our stories, we share our wisdom with each other, and that's why we're here. And we have everything we need right here. So, when she said, I feel the call. We were asked to call people. The trustees on the board were given this task we were going to call people and ask them about the partnership thing. For me, it's kind of hard. Sometimes I have a hard time sometimes asking for things from other people, asking for help, or but we're doing it because it's important, and so that's why we're doing it. And we have each other, and we need to stick together. We're getting ready to join with another whole group of people, and we're gonna, we're on our way up. We're doing it. So, yeah.
All right, now I'm hoping that, I think that we have increased our percentages, and I think that we have somebody that can tell us about that. Mark. Run. We want to hear.
Yes, absolutely. I just want to note that Cheryl Ray got a larger laugh than anything Gil has done today. So when she came up, so not that it's that hard. Totals, we are up to 1,100 in terms of volunteer hours. We are up to 35 partners. We're only 3 short of last year's goals, so 35. And we crossed 90,000. We're at 93,000, which is 62% of our goal. And here's the really cool part. This is without any involvement yet from our Unity partners who are going to be joining us beginning as of next week. And so we're pretty confident we're going to meet this year's goals. So thank you.
And if you haven't signed up already, we'll have computers in the back, and we'll also have paper if you're a paper person. So whatever works for you, we've got you set up. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Am I green? I'm green. Okay, good. Sorry. So we are just going to take this time to bring forth our gifts this morning. And as has been pointed out, there's so many gifts that everyone is giving in so many ways. And so we just want to appreciate all of them, both those that are monetary and those that are all of the other things that keep this place running. So we're going to say our affirmation together. Jennifer, do you see it in there? Yes, she does. Absolutely. All right. So we're going to speak this together. If you want to hold your gift to your heart, just or symbolically hold it there. I am abundant. And I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars. And so I give and receive generously, and so it is. So while Susan plays music, the baskets are available. We have all the different ways to do it online for those that are home and those that are here. So thank you so much.
Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feels like I'm walking on marbles. Can't feel the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs dangling? I can feel my heart begin to pound, and everybody says something's calling me. Oh, something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Long dark night and my soul it wanders. Can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere that I belong, Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep. And everybody said, something's calling me. a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, pull me deeper than I've ever been before. I know I'm not the only one to ever live inside these blues. Oh Lord, I surrender my life to you, Lord. Oh Lord, I give my life, I give my love to you, because love is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Love is calling me just a little bit deeper than I've ever dared to go before. Oh, compassion's calling me just a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. And my faith is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Peace is calling me a little bit deeper. God is calling me a little bit deeper. Something's calling me a little bit deeper, and I'm ready to answer the call. Thanks very much. And Jamie Lula for you.
Wow. Takes me back. Jamie Lula is a good friend of mine. Whew. So, thank you for that. You, I don't know what you took this morning or whatever.
I didn't eat.
Is
I
it-
didn't eat. So
Maybe that's
it.
maybe that's the trick. I don't know, but you are so present. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I'm just going to take a moment and bless the gifts that have come forth, knowing that they are simply symbols of the love that we share with one another. And so we accept this love, we take this love, we treat it with love, we share it in love. And we allow it to bless this community. We allow it to bless this new combined community. We allow it to bless Albuquerque and beyond. And as we work together with our brothers and sisters at Albuquerque CSL and other places, we find the way to expand our community more and more. And so I give thanks and release this and say, and so it is. Amen.
And all morning long, this has been running through my head. Do you remember the Who's in Who'sville? The Dr. Seuss story about how the Grinch stole Christmas, and all the presents had been stolen, and they didn't affect them. They just gathered on the top of the hill surrounding the village, holding hands in their pajamas or whatever they were in, and singing, wahoo, mahu, whatever it was, their song of joy. Christmas cannot be stolen. The spirit of Christmas, the gifts of spirit cannot be stolen. Thank you for letting me share that. And let's see, we've got food in the social hall, so please join us for that. We've got practitioners in the prayer garden that would love to sit with you and hear your heart and offer support. So take advantage of that. You can do that in the prayer garden or online or in paper back there in the treasure chest. I think I've got it covered. All right.
All right, if you'd stand, we're going to go out with a closing song here that I think most of you know rather well. Some Ricky Byers. Oh, we're going to do this one instead. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jennifer. It's your first day and everything, and look at me. Okay, I can do this. I just have to look up there. Should we do a peace song instead? Sue K. Riley. We're good. Okay. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. It just took me a minute. Okay. I am the... That's wrong. I am the thinker that thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. Let's do that again. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me, who am I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me, who am I am beauty, I am joy. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be denied. Louder! I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. Thank you.
Woo! Next week, 10 a.m. meditation, 10:30 service. Have everybody come. It's going to be fun. And put that on your calendar rolling forward. And go out with this today. I am called by love. I am called by love. Go and be love.
Come gather around people wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are a-changing. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changing. Come send will soon shake your windows and it'll rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changin'. Come mothers, come fathers throughout this great land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changin'. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be the fast, and the present now will be later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be the last, for the time